we discussed the features of languages and then the broader level division of world languages into two categories on the basis of length and timing, right? So we discussed the features of stress time languages and compared them with the syllable time languages, right? We discussed that with the stress time languages, the stressing of syllable is really important in order to create the rhythmic patterns, right? And then we compared them with the syllable time languages where the equal intervals of syllable is given, right? So in this topic, we are going to discuss some more views about this division of stress and syllable timed languages. The question is that do we really have this difference of stress time languages and syllable time languages? More recently, the phoneticians, they gave the idea that this sort of division of languages into two purely, I'm using the term purely stress time languages and syllable time languages is not exist on ground, right? Does not exist on ground. And we need to review the idea, right? Since for this division, languages were divided into two categories on the basis of syllable timed and stress timed concepts, right? And the idea was that the stress time languages, they create rhythm on the basis of variation in stress unstress patterns, right? And the syllable time languages were supposed to be having a uniform, or fixed pattern of stresses, right? So the phoneticians were of the view that this division of languages into two categories is not really applicable. So they came up with another idea. They gave 3 dimensions. They added one more dimension. 3 dimensions for languages. One, the category 1, fixed word stress. And you see the word stress is important, right? Because they thought that, okay, word is a unit which is important in order to create this division on the basis of length and time, right? So first, fixed word stress, and the second, variable word stress, right? Fixed word stress, like those of the Czech or the Spanish or the French languages, right? And then variable word stress like English and German, right? And then they also came up with another dimension, and that was that the fixed phrase stress, right? The fixed phrase stress, because they thought that it's not only the word level which is important, right? But it's the phrase level which is also important. So whether the language has the phrase level as a fixed pattern for, the time and length concepts, right? So this concept was further developed, and they thought that the fixed word stresses that is found in Romance languages. So that would be like dimension 1, the fixed word stress, the regular fixed time intervals at word level, and then variable word stress like English and German, and fixed phrase stress like the third possibility within this dimension, and that was of Japanese, right? So this is now, more realist idea that we cannot actually have the division of languages on the basis of stress time concepts and then the syllable time concepts, right? And while discussing this length and, the timing, we also need to know another concept, which is called germination. And this germination is also an important aspect of languages, right? We need to know that what is germination, right? Like in Arabic, we have this germination, like washamso, right? So the sh sound, it is double. The sh consonant is double. And that's basically something which is also in terms of the time and length, right? And such, germination is also found in English, like in a phrase, void tie, right? So when that is spoken and the germination is created within, between the syllables, basically, the t sound, which is shared by the syllable 1, and it is also the part of syllable 2, right? So that's the consonant which is doubled. So this, weighing of the segments is also important in terms of the length and timing, right? So we need to keep in mind that gemination is also an important feature of the concepts related to length and timing, right? Other than English and Arabic, we also have the examples of gemination in Urdu, right? Gemination, if I translate it to Urdu, it is shad, right? The shad. When the sounds are double, when the length is double and the timing given is double, right? So we have, in Urdu, we have words like taraddud, taraddud. So the sound, that's basically something which is given double time, right? And double length. And same is the case with another word like tashaddud, dud again, tashaddud, right? So these are, the features of gemination. And as the students of phonetics and phonology, you must know that in terms of length and timing, there are other aspects such like gemination.